Welcome to 2023. In the past year, the world of construction has produced bridges that broke records, underwater roundabouts, and a historic theater that literally raised the roof. But with the introduction of desert skyscrapers, amazing Formula One courses, and entirely new city districts, the year ahead appears likely to be even more stunning. The biggest industry in the world is about to do even more incredible things. Here are the top 10 construction projects that will be finished this year. Number 10. Toranomon-Azabudai District. Let's begin in Tokyo, where the Toranomon-Azabudai District, a brand new super development in the humming commercial district of Minato, is emerging as a massive construction from the concrete jungle. With 3 large, mixed-use skyscrapers and a public area landscaped by Thomas Heatherwick, the intention is to create a city within a city. The main tower, aptly known as the main tower, reached its height of 325 meters in 2022. Making it both Tokyo's first super-tall skyscraper and the highest structure in all of Japan. Unlike most buildings, which tend to narrow near the top, this one maintains its substantial floor plate for the majority of its height. Tokyo is in a seismic zone, and the structure is so sturdy that even if Tokyo is struck by an earthquake of magnitude 9, its occupants will be able to continue working there as a safe haven. Number 9. Tun Razak Exchange. Staying in Asia, the Malaysian government devised a plan in 2010 to turn the country into a high-income country by 2020. Yes, now 3 years ago. The Tun Razak Exchange, Malaysia's first specifically designed international financial hub, was a crucial component of the strategy. The Tun Razak Exchange is a tremendously ambitious 70-acre complex with over 2.5 m square feet of commercial space, a 2 m square foot mall, and nearly 4,000 houses. It was inspired by the success of sites like Canary Wharf in London, Pudong in Shanghai, and Singapore's Marina Bay Sands. The project was severely delayed by COVID, and a lot of the construction was also affected by Malaysia's rigorous movement control order. However, the tallest building in Southeast Asia, Exchange 106, was finished in 2022, and in 2023, it will be joined by 2 huge residential buildings. Number 8. Iconic Tower. Few places have a better track record for megaprojects than Egypt, which also has an iconic structure in the desert. No, the iconic tower, a brand new skyscraper, not the Great Pyramid of Giza. Its construction started in 2019 and was completed in 2021 at a height of 393 meters, making it Africa's highest structure and its first ultra-tall skyscraper. It is being constructed as the focal point of Egypt's new administrative capital's business area. To cut a long story short, the government of Egypt decided in 2015 to develop a completely new city in the desert due to the chronic overcrowding that had plagued Cairo for years. The district's 20 projected skyscrapers, which are being constructed at an estimated cost of $3 billion, will include the tower when it opens in 2023. However, if they outlive some of their neighbors, the investment will likely be worthwhile. Number 7308 Exhibition Street. But do you know what's superior to a brand new, sparkling skyscraper? 2 brand new buildings would be nice. That's what was constructed in Melbourne, Australia, at 308 Exhibition Street, and one of the most magnificent sky bridges we've ever seen connects the 2 towers. Although sky bridges are not very novel, they are becoming a more elaborate means to distinguish skyscrapers from a very lofty population. At 308 Exhibition Street, a luxurious skybridge with gold trim will connect a hotel tower and a residential tower at the 46th level, providing access between the 2. The golden skybridge began with wooden planks and a very strong stomach to get to this point. The shorter of the 2 buildings' cantilever was initially used to set up a plywood deck. Once in position, a concrete slab was poured and steel tendons were installed between the 2 towers. Then a roof was added in between, giving the impression that a ribbon was winding around the apartment building's 1st level and the hotel's 2nd and 3rd floors. To allow the bridge to flex, a movement joint has been installed on one side of the roof. In case you were concerned the golden ribbon was all for show, this gives the 2 towers stability during seismic disturbances and heavy winds. Number 64 Frankfurt. Speaking of skyscrapers, if you were to name a city that seems to have an obsession with them, you would definitely choose Dubai, Shanghai, or New York. However, if you've watched our movies, you probably won't associate skyscrapers with Europe since, well, that's just not how skyscrapers are done in that continent. However, in one instance, that isn't entirely accurate. 4 new towers are being constructed as part of a new development in Frankfurt, the continent's burgeoning center for skyscrapers. 4. Frankfurt hopes to overcome the perception that Frankfurt's booming business district and its historic center are two distinct locations. With offices, a hotel, and residential units distributed among its towers, it is establishing a mixed-use neighborhood between the two. The building crew faces a variety of difficulties as a result of all those diverse functions, particularly in the concrete cores. In order to maximize sunlight and provide each tower with additional views, each of the 4 buildings turns away from the others at key locations. Each construction requires a different arrangement of restrooms, drainage pipes, and columns, which increases the complexity. Because of this, each concrete core had to be built uniquely, but the team appears to have accomplished this and is still on track to finish in 2023. Number 5. Tren Maya. In 2023, a number of significant infrastructure projects that are more earthbound than skyscrapers will be finished. Big infrastructure has a lot of advantages, but it also sometimes generates a lot of debate. Take a look at Tren Maya in Mexico for the ideal illustration of this. Let's start with the positives. Since the 1970s, when places like Cancun and Cozumel began to capitalize on their lovely coastal, Caribbean positions, Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula has been a popular tourist destination. However, more than just picture-perfect white beaches and unbelievably blue oceans were employed to entice the relaxed masses. Additionally, the peninsula is home to some of Mexico's most important Mayan archaeological sites, including the well-known Chichen Itza. However, getting to all of that requires taking a long, slow bus ride on a road that has seen better days. Tren Maya, a 1,500-kilometer railway being built for $10 billion, will connect important tourist attractions with coastal cities and airports. Overall, it's a fantastic method to boost a crucial area of Mexico's economy. That may be the case, however, the area it passes through is highly disputed and mostly covered in bush. The project is currently on schedule to open in December 2023, despite the numerous legal disputes and delays that have resulted from this. Any reservations about the train's cost will probably be dispelled by its economic benefits, but the debate over its construction will undoubtedly persist for a while. Number 4. Las Vegas Grand Prix. Fasten your seatbelts as you move from one high-speed project to the next because this year will mark the debut of the Las Vegas Formula One Grand Prix. That's right, the world's fastest automobiles will be racing down the famed Las Vegas Strip in November 2023. The 6.12-kilometer circuit will have 17 turns, a chicane, and 3 high-speed straights that will let drivers travel at up to 212 miles per hour. Maintaining the high-speed action firmly on the racetrack is one of the most critical jobs for construction teams since safety is paramount. In order to accomplish this, 4,000 concrete barriers that each weigh more than 3.5 tons of reinforced concrete are being built. Although traffic in Las Vegas is not as bad as it is in many other large cities, for a few days later this year, you can be sure that there won't be any gridlock. Number 3. MSG Sphere. The Grand Prix may be a recent addition, but Vegas has been at the forefront of eye-catching architecture for much over a century. There are many world premieres and replica buildings there. But what happens when the Great Pyramid of Giza, the Eiffel Tower, Rome in the 1st century AD, Manhattan's downtown, and Venice have all been rebuilt? So you keep the ball running and construct the MSG Sphere, a cutting-edge immersive theater scheduled to open in 2023. It is the largest spherical construction on Earth, at over 100 meters tall and almost 160 meters wide. 4 concrete cores joined by reinforced steel form this monstrous structure. The 11,000-ton roof was constructed using tensioned ring beams that were added on top. But, surprise, it's not simple to construct a curved movie screen with a resolution of 19,000 × 13,500 pixels. The price of the sphere has reportedly increased to around $2.2 billion as a result of supply chain problems and inflation, according to a recent study. We'll have to wait and see if the risk is worthwhile. Number 2. World Abu Dhabi. Although Las Vegas may have been the original choice for bizarre construction, the UAE has been making great efforts to catch up. The nation already has the tallest structure, the deepest pool, and a string of artificial islands that are formed like the globe. Very soon, it will also have the largest aquarium. More than 150 species of marine life will be housed in 58 million liters of artificial ocean when SeaWorld Abu Dhabi opens later in 2023. You'll be able to see them from viewpoints like the Endless Vista, a 20-meter-high window into the aquarium that spans several levels. There is more to caring for a pelagic pet than simply filling a tank with water, as anyone who has ever owned a goldfish will attest. and the picky fish at the SeaWorld Aquarium are no exception. The tanks will receive just the appropriate amount of natural light to support marine life while allowing algae to flourish. The actual aquarium itself comes next. How can such a large tank be constructed without collapsing under the weight of the water? The trick is that you avoid using glass. Since acrylic is 17 times stronger than glass and more malleable, it is the material of choice for the majority of aquariums. Acrylic can also be bent into many shapes. Number 1. Aquatic Center. Finally, it would be impossible for us to wrap up without addressing the Olympics. One of the most esteemed sporting occasions a nation can host is also one of the most expensive. In the past, host cities have been chosen in significant part due to their grand ambitions for enormous construction projects and citywide development initiatives. However, in recent years, similar actions have come under fire, particularly when stadiums end up being abandoned or turning into white elephants. But with the Paris 2024 Olympics, where sustainability is a top priority, all of that is set to change. Amazingly, the Aquatic Center is the sole permanent structure built for these games, and it is scheduled to be finished in 2023. The roof is being built at the lowest height allowed while still allowing sightlines from the stands, and energy use is being closely monitored. The goal is to reduce the size of the space so that less heating is needed. 90% of the building's energy requirements will be satisfied by renewable or recycled resources, with about 25% coming solely from the roof. This is one structure that will stand out when it comes to sustainability.